Hello, everyone out in our TPN community. Super excited to welcome you to another episode of TPN Talks with Leticia. And I am just so incredibly honored to introduce to you today our RIOS team, Roadmap Implementation and Organizational Strategies team, who has led us through the process of developing our PATHforward 2026 strategic vision. So I'm going to pass it over to the team so that they can introduce themselves and tell you a little about who they are and what they do at TPN.
My name is Aguirre. I am the Parenting Inside Out Program Manager. And I've been with the agency for a little over 2 years.
I'm Jessica Harmon, and I am a parent and family coach with the PIO Phase 2 program. And I'm also in the beginning stages of transitioning into a programs manager role. And I've been with the agency for a little over 3 years.
Hi, I'm Shannon, Lacey. I'm a project coordinator with TPN, and I'm coming up on my 6th year anniversary in April.
I'm Gallaher. I am the Peer Support Program Manager for the Resilience and Recovery Project for Multnomah County. She, her pronouns, and I've been with the Pathfinder Network about 3.5 years now.
My name is Lara Krumm. I'm a Senior Programs Manager with the Pathfinder Network. And in May, I will have my 10-year anniversary.
This is our first time having multiple guests on TPN Talks, so I'm really excited. You'll get to have some variety and learn about a number of different staff here at TPN. So I'm going to start with the first question that I have all for you, which is, what is your favorite thing about working at TPN?
I would definitely say my favorite thing about the Pathfinder Network has got to be the people. Passionate, caring, and people that are invested in the work that we're doing. And we all have, it's like a family, it's like a big family. And I just can't say enough about the people of this organization.
So some of my favorite things about TPN, I love the family first mindset, and also what others have said, just the agency's holistic approach to supporting staff through focusing on both the physical and the emotional wellness and the self-care that they encourage. And I also really appreciate that the agency believes in second chances, not just for the participants that we serve, but for those of us who are in recovery, and just the support that we get for professional and personal growth through things like DEIJB values. And I like that TPN doesn't just talk about DEIJB, but that we also practice it in all that we do.
Something that's really powerful for me is, that TPN has provided me the space and the tools for both to utilize both my personal lived experience, and my education in ways that promote my professional growth. And they've also created spaces for anybody to really be part of making change within TPN, which I think is really powerful. Shared leadership opportunities like RIOS. And they offer us, support and encouragement to kind of step out of our comfort zone. And I found that there's really a lot of growth that happens there.
I think for me, TPN's the first place I've worked where you don't have to prove your voice is valuable. They're continuously proving to me that my voice is valuable, providing me with a place to talk. And you don't have to just earn your seat at the table. We just keep making a bigger table and adding seats. You already have a seat. It's right there for you. And so I really love that we don't have to spend all this time just proving that we belong. You belong day one. Here you are. Just welcome and arms together. And I love that.
I love that each of you lifted up something that's certainly meaningful to me and something that we do, but I think we're always working on getting better at as well. It's the work never stops. We have to keep creating this place that's the best it can be for everyone who's connected to it. So thank you for sharing all of those. My next question, I'm really excited to ask you, which is about your experience with RIOS and specifically with PATHforward 2026. You all have had such an incredible journey that's not yet ended. So if you could just speak to what it's meant to you, what you took away, just kind of any reflections or insights that you could share with the rest of TPN about your experience.
Great question. I think for me, the biggest takeaway was to be open to new ways of working. And they may be uncomfortable at first, but that's when I know I'm growing. And to also kind of just trust the process and not be too pointed at, you know, what the outcome is going to look like, and just stay present and stay working and stay committed and keep showing up. That's probably my biggest takeaway from working with RIOS.
I really liked that the temporary teams and the bigger, like us, the RIOS team, included staff from teams across the entire agency. So we had staff a part of the team that were providing the direct service, but then we also had staff that was a part of the exec teams. And so to me, that just opened up a door for us to be able to have a real open and honest conversation about the changes that we wanted to see and how we can go about doing that. And I think that having folks at the table that provide the direct service gave a different perspective that wouldn't traditionally be at the table for these bigger conversations that a lot of times happen within organizations. And so I don't know, I think for me that's kind of my biggest takeaway, is that we came together as TPN as a whole, and we had members from different teams across the agency to be a part of this conversation that's hopefully going to have a really, positive impact on us as an agency, but also the community that we serve at large, right? And so yeah, that's my tidbit.
Such powerful reflections that you all are sharing about not just the process and what you learned, but what it inspired for the next steps, which is what I'm going to ask you next, which is what is, one or two things that you're most excited about with the launch of PATHforward 2026?
I think what I'm most excited about is just witnessing and being a part of the impact of this roadmap on our agency, on the TPN staff, our participants, and even out in the community. And really looking forward to seeing what kind of shared leadership comes from this as we continue to move forward.
Something that I really look forward to is being able to watch us meet those objectives that we're really looking for. It's been a commitment. And I think that speaks volumes to TPN's, dedication to making these changes across the organization. And so, if it didn't work the first or second time and you continue doing it just because it's that important to you. And so for me, just seeing it happen and, and getting everybody jazzed and motivated and wanting to engage in this, because people see the end result from, RIOS and our roadmap and our plan, and people are getting excited. And I've had lots of conversations with other, team members who are like, I'm interested, I want to be a part of this. So just continuing to see people's excitement and the fact that they really want to be a part of this too, I think is really exciting for me.
I agree with you, Crystal. And I think that it's really exciting to see us come together and work together across the board to implement the plan. And I'm also really excited that to see the next round of RIOS, because this is going to be something that continues to happen. It's not like we just came together and we implemented this plan. Let's do the plan and that's it. It's something that's going to continue, that we're going to continue to have conversations around, so we can continue to grow to better serve and develop skills and implement resources to better serve our community and to support our staff in doing the work that we do, because the work that we do is important and it matters, and the people that we serve matter. And having these conversations having these teams will directly impact the reason why I like to think we all show up to work every day, right? To serve our community. So
my excitement is coming from the fact that every single one of the ideas and plans that go into the PATHforward started out as like a tiny little post-it in a brainstorming session where and all of the team members were thinking like, we already have the answers. We have them right here. We just have to get them out. And every one of those ideas that came from a post-it like got into the plan, and it's going to be implemented. It's going to come to fruition. And it's sort of like proof that we say like, your voice matters. We want to hear your voice. And here's the proof, like we're taking your voice, and this thing that's happening is somebody's voice. And I just think that that's just super amazing, because I think we've all been in the position in other organizations or places in our life where somebody says, I want your opinion, tell me what you think. And you're like, all right, here's what I think. I know that's not going to go anywhere. And all of this is going somewhere, and it's going to the place it needs to go. The people closest to the work, going directly to our participants who are directly impacted, to our direct service staff who are doing this important work every day. Like, their ideas are making our agency. And I just think that that's amazing. And I'm excited to continue on with that and in the next phase. And I have to say, I'm so excited for how many people have come to me since we put this path forward out and said, when can I get into a meeting? Like, when can I join the team? Like, what's next? And so that is super exciting.
Thank you all for sharing. I mean, these are some of the amazing visionaries that work here at the Pathfinder Network. And not only have they been just so important to the process, but just creating hope and inspiration and momentum and just proactive energy for what's ahead. It's just so exciting. I'm just proud to be able to lift up kind of who each of these individuals are and their stories and their impact and what's ahead for them as well, and for the ways that they've truly and deeply committed to the Pathfinder Network and our mission and the people that we're founded and created to support. So these are our amazing RIOS members, and we are missing a few members today, and we're hoping to be able to lift up some of their insights as well and future opportunities to share those stories. So thank you all for joining me today, for sharing everything that you shared, for all that you do, and join us next time for another episode of TPN Talks with Leticia. Thanks, everyone.